I went from this to this in just under 9 months. Stick around to find out how. Hello everyone, semi-retired Bob here. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. Today is February the 1st. It's not actually, but you'll see this on February the 1st. So since it's February the 1st, begins the new challenge. I actually started it last night while I was cooking dinner. I don't actually do sit-ups. I sit in a chair sideways and I lean back till I can feel my core engaging, and I stay there till it starts to hurt. Then I come up and then I go back down, and that's what I did. And I did 2 sets of not full push-ups. I did them against the counter with my feet back probably 3.5 feet. So I was at a good, about 45-degree angle. And got those in. I did not get any squats in. I'll probably do some of those today. But anyway, welcome to February. I hope you all had a great January. If this is your first time here at the channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Sorry. Pauses are for the really loud trucks that run up and down when I'm at the front part of the parking lot here. But you might be wondering, if this is your first time here, what in the world am I watching? Well, primarily, you are watching me walk. Now, why this is semi-important, to me at least, is that a little less than 9 months ago, I couldn't do this. I could barely stand for 2 to 2.5 minutes without severe pain. Now I'm out here walking every day. Some days more than others. But I almost always hit the 5-mile mark. And I'm gonna, as another part of my February stuff, I'm going to, even if I don't record it all, I'm going to try to get enough laps in to hit the 6-mile mark every day. As you can see, it did rain all night again. I'm sick of it. There's no place for the water to go. I know there are a lot of people in the country that still need rain. I understand that. But, as you can see from the flooded draining area behind me, eastern North Carolina is not one of those things. And I'm far enough east that all the rivers run to the ocean. So all this extra rain isn't helping anybody. Farmers don't need it. I don't need it. The dampness makes my joints hurt. And yes, indeed, I can tell you for a fact that the cooler, damp weather does make my joints hurt. Not enough to make me stop walking, but I certainly can't walk as far as I did a couple of videos ago. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. A lot of this in February is going to be repeat if you have been following my channel for a while. But I thought about it, and because I get so many questions that are very common about starting and maintaining a carnivore diet, for the month of February, starting today, I'm going to pick 1 or 2 topics about starting carnivore or maintaining carnivore, and that's what we're going to talk about. If there's a topic that you would like me to cover, that you've had questions about, feel free to leave me a comment under this video. I'm compiling a list and paying close attention. I still have about 10 open videos for this month that I could put another topic in. So today, the topic is, what do I do first? And there's been a lot of discussion about this on some of the other threads, groups that I read. And several of my commenters have left this suggestion. So that's what we're going to talk about today. What do I do first? What's the very first thing I do? And I'm going to tell you, the very first thing you do is remove temptation. Decide what your carnivore diet is probably going to look like, and we'll talk about that in tomorrow's video. But for now, you know that half pack of cookies in the cupboard, those are no good. That half a tub of ice cream you've been saving for a special occasion, get rid of it. And now, I have seen the memes, and they are funny. They make me chuckle. Where the person says, I cleared up more space in my freezer. Sounds so much better than I ate a half-gallon ice cream last night. But, if you're not ready to start, you want to save a few things, because we'll talk about transitioning on the 3rd. So, but, put everything you're going to need for transitioning in its special place. And this does not mean cookies and cakes and ice cream and all that stuff. Well, you could get some keto versions of those, and those might help you. But basically anything in the house that has seed oils, throw them away. Anything in the house that has refined grains, throw it away. Anything that is basically sugar or breaks down to sugar when you eat it. I know we all love our pasta, but pasta breaks down to sugar. A lot of sugar. If you're going to eat a plate full of pasta, you might as well just eat 6 or 7 big heaping spoonfuls of sugar, because that's what you're dumping in your body. Now, if the rest of your house is not on board with what you're about to do, I didn't run into this because I live alone, but I guess too much rain doesn't slow the log trucks down any. But, if you don't live alone, take all the stuff that whoever it is, whether it be, your spouse or your kids or whatever, put all that stuff in a separate space. If it's kids, you're still going to have to deal with it, because you don't want to tell the kids to take the bag of cookies to their room, because it'll be gone in a day. But if it's your spouse, say, here, why don't you go hide these somewhere where I don't normally go? Because believe me, the first week or two while you're transitioning, the urge to just have one cookie is going to be strong. If you've been sugar addicted as long as I was sugar addicted, it's going to jump up and bite you at times when you least expect it. So start by getting rid of all the bad stuff. Throw it away, or put it in a special place where you're not as likely to go get it. If you're like I was back in the day, you'd have a bowl of snacks, whether it be, little individually wrapped candies or some cookies or M&Ms or whatever it was, in a big dish next to your computer. And it's all well and good to say, well, I'm just going to have 3 or 4 of these in the evening while I'm working on my computer. You'll find the bowl goes down a lot quicker than you think it will. So, get rid of all the bad stuff. I know it's hard. We don't like to waste food. But if it's something that is not nourishing your body, or maybe giving it a little bit of nourishment, but it's also causing you to gain weight, spike your blood sugar, cause inflammation, make your gut issues worse, all the different things that those bad foods are doing to you, is it really food you're throwing away? Or is it poison? Not necessarily poison like, rat poison. You feed that to somebody, they fall right over dead. But something that's going to slowly poison your body over time is just as bad. It's just doing it slower. So get all that stuff out of the house. Or at least tucked into spaces where you won't go get it as easy. And understand that even through the transition period, the first couple weeks are going to be a struggle. Some people have more struggle than others. And some people, they start off fine, and then out of the blue, 2-3 months later, something happens in their life that, wham, they get slammed by something. But that, my friends, is today's topic. I'm trying to keep each topic fairly short so that those that don't want to sit through a whole one of my 35 to 45 minute videos can say, okay, I've got the information from today's video. But I do always suggest that you stick around to the end. If you don't like the music section, just fast forward to where you see me talking to the camera again. It's usually just the last couple minutes of the video, because I'll sum everything up from today in that section of the video. And to explain once more, since this is going to be in a different playlist, this is all of February is going to be under an umbrella playlist. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to call it. How to start and maintain carnivore, I think. If you do stick around, the music sections of my video, if I'm still here just doing laps around the church, I just show you either laps of me walking, or I get out the bob cam and give you a point of view of what I'm walking. But on days I go out to the trail and the channel moving forward, as I get to more and more places, that music section is where I'm going to be inserting photographs that I've taken. And hopefully at some point I'll get enough photos ahead that you won't have to sit through watching me fast walk while we get through the music section. So stick around to the end. And again, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. If you're here this late in the video, why don't you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you'll get notified every time I put out another video, which is every day, by the way. Every day at 2:45 Central. Except on Fridays when my live stream starts at 4:15 Central. But I'm going to get things started here. I'm going to finish this lap with this camera. Then I'm going to go ahead and get out the bob cam and record a few laps with that. And I'll see you at the end of the video. Let's cue the music. And here we are back again. So just remember, it's a lot easier if you can get rid of all the extra temptations in your house. It's not as easy if you've got people living with you, but do what you can, try to think ahead, and get rid of all the really bad stuff. And even if the people that live in your house aren't going to do the entire carnivore diet with you, at least try to buy them better foods. Get them off seed oils. Get them using ghee, butter, lard, bacon grease. Vegetable seed oils are just terrible for you. And as I've mentioned before, I'm not a scientist. The arguments between omega-3s and omega-6 fatty acids, I don't know about all that. What I do know is that vegetable seed oils are inflammatory. And anything that causes an inflammation in the human body is obviously some degree of poison, whether it's a slow poison or a fast poison. It's some kind of poison. So get those out of your house. But don't forget to tune in tomorrow. We're going to talk about what your carnivore diet should look like based on what you like. Has nothing to do with what I want. It's what you think you can stick with. We'll talk about that a lot more tomorrow. Don't forget to get out there, be 1% better. Have a great day, folks. I will see you tomorrow.